Shalom. Today I'm going to be reading in its season and on its day the prophecy that corresponds. So I'll be in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 1. It was in the 7th year, in the 5th month, on the 10th day of the month, says the prophet, that there came men from the elders of Israel to request instruction from before Yah, and they sat down before me. And the word of prophecy from before Yah was with me, saying, Son of Adam, prophesy to the elders of Israel, and say to them, Thus says Yah Allah, is it to request instruction from me that you have come? As I live, I will not respond to you by my memory, saith Yah Allah. Would you admonish them, O son of Adam? Would you admonish them? Yes. Then let them know the abomination of their fathers. Okay, so this is what your fathers did. And say to them, Thus saith Yah Allah, on the day that I chose Israel, and I swore by my memory to the seed of the house of Yaakov, and I revealed myself in order to redeem them in the land of Egypt. And I swore to them by my memory to bring them out of the land of Egypt into the land which I have given them, producing milk and honey. She is the most glorious of all countries, the most glorious of all the countries. And I said to them, Let everyone remove the detestable things from before his eyes, and do not defile yourselves with the idol worship of the Egyptians. I am Yah, your Allah. So him say, throw away all your idols and burn down all the religion. Right now. Not next week. You're supposed to been did this. If you're out there doing anything that the people are doing out there, you're wrong. Okay? Done. See? Finished. But they rebelled against my memory and did not want to listen to my prophets. Not one of them removed their detestable things which were before their eyes, and they did not forsake the idol worship of the Egyptians. So, you're still doing it. Oh, yeah. You. You. I'm talking to you. You watch the video. You're still doing it. What? How do I know? How do I know? Because I'm here reading this to you. You're not there reading this to me. See? It's simple. Right? We're living by this book here. It's a lifestyle. It's a whole culture. Right? Sheep, gold, camels, the whole thing. It's all here. It's a lifestyle. We live in it. Going by the book literally. And the spiritual thing, it's not figuratively, you make it some kind of, no, none of that. It's very straight. So, I thought I would pour out my wrath upon them, that my anger against them should be accomplished in the midst of the land of Egypt. Well, he's going to do it again. My anger against them should be accomplished in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I acted for the sake of my name, that I might not be profaned in the eyes of the nations among whom they were. So the Most High, when we were in Egypt, he said he wanted to purify us by killing all the wicked idol worshippers in the land of Egypt, but he acted for the sake of his name so that it wouldn't happen that way in Egypt. But this time, he's not going to do it that way. Look, you've had ample opportunity to change, to convert to the law, to see what the Most High has said, but he says he's not doing it like that. So, but I acted for the sake of my name, that it might not be profaned in the eyes of the nations among whom they were. For I revealed myself by redeeming them before their very eyes, by bringing them out of the land of Egypt. So I brought them out of the land of Egypt and led them into the Negev, the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes, and I made known to them my laws, which if a man observed, he would live by them in eternal life. So you need to live by the law and its culture, its lifestyle, in order to have eternal life. So if you live in modern society, you are not living by the laws and the cultures, because you don't pass down the law, you pass down the culture. And in order to have a culture, right, to obtain a culture, you must go through 3 stages, right? First, you must have the migration to see the culture. So you have to leave from a foreign place to go to where the culture is, to where it is native. Then you must observe the culture. You must live within it, looking at how the culture functions. Then from observing the culture, you will imitate the culture there with the people who live this culture. After imitating the culture, you will then replicate the culture. So you have to have the culture of Abraham, and Abraham's culture is only found amongst Abraham's children. The house of Isaac or the house of Ishmael. That is it. The end of the story. Now, while the house of Isaac has been scattered all over the world, the house of Ishmael keeps the culture and remains intact. So you should be within the house of Ishmael in the location of Zion to learn the Abrahamic culture, so that you can proceed in your growth into coming into the truth of living the law, so you can have eternal life. But you got excuses. I know. Tell them to the computer screen. Also my Shabbats I gave them, that they should be a sign between my memra, my word, and them, to know that I am Yah, who sanctifies them, who cleanses them, who purifies them, who justifies them. So see, if you took the time to pause the screen to talk, to justify yourself to the screen, then the Most High's word didn't justify you. You came up with your own. See, you don't have to do that. You don't have to explain yourself and your actions to anyone when you're doing exactly what the book says. The book says do it like this. Not how you feel, not how you used to, not the way you conduct business. You do it like the book says, and that's the end of the story, and we're moving on. But the house of Israel rebelled against my memra in the wilderness. See, that's what we did when we were in the wilderness, coming out of Egypt. Yeah. They did not walk in my statutes. They spurned my laws, which if a man did observe, he would live by them in eternal life. Most High just repeated himself. I don't know if you heard that. My Sabbath they profaned exceedingly. So I thought I would pour out my wrath upon them in the wilderness to make an end of them. But I acted for the sake of my name, that it might not be profaned in the eyes of the nations. Right? So he calls Egypt the eyes of the nations. Why is he calling Egypt nations? Because there were many nations in Egypt. Just like we are scattered in many nations now. Before whose eyes I have brought them out. And also I swore to them by my memra in the wilderness that I would not bring them into the land which I had given, producing milk and honey. She is the most glorious of all the countries. Oh, yes, she is. Okay. Because they spurned my laws. So you don't get to enjoy the milk and honey spurning laws. No milk, no honey. And did not walk in my statutes. Yeah, you didn't walk in the statutes. You didn't walk in the culture, nothing. You didn't do it. Because you can't walk in the statutes. out there. You have to do it here in the land.
Hallelujah.
Because he has to bring you into the land, have you on your land and your portion, where you can keep the law as part of the culture, as part of the promise given to the house of Abraham, to dwell together in peace and brotherhood and oneness. And they profane my Shabbats, for their hearts go astray after their idol worship. You know, you just have to follow the instruction of the rules. Like, he tells you exactly where to be, and he tells you exactly what rules to follow, and exactly the culture, the lifestyle to live. But you out here getting this money, right? Maybe you might find it strange that today is the 10th day of Av, and the government shutdown is still going, and you've all have noticed that the last of the payments to the poor has been cut off. You think it's strange? No food stamps, no welfare, child support offices closed, right? Anything that was to supposedly help the poor has been shut down. It's strange now, huh? Yeah. I'm going to keep reading what the Most High got to say about this. Maybe he mentioned it. But my memory had pity on them and not destroying them, and I did not make an end of them in the wilderness. I said to their children in the wilderness, do not walk in the religious decrees of your fathers, and do not abide by their laws, nor defile yourself with their idol worship. He said, don't walk in the religious decrees. I don't think he likes your religion. It's just rules. It's a culture here. That's it. But no, you're going to make some excuse about, especially you ones in the Christianity's variations with the black New Testament. Like, that's any better than a white New Testament when the whole New Testament is wrong. Right? You stand by King Jimmy coming out of Rome like it helped you for 400 years, and it didn't. It's still there, following religious decrees. And he told you not to do it. You're following the wicked fathers, right? Looking for some one guy to be the king and the priest and all of this foolishness, when the law simply states it has to be this way, this way, this way, this way. You're trying to justify why the world is the way it is, and it is the way it is because it's our fault. We don't keep the rules. We don't walk straight. I'm going to continue reading. I am Yah, your Allah. Walk in my statutes, abide by my laws, and perform them, and sanctify my Sabbaths, that they might be a sign between my memory and you, to know that I am Yah, your Allah. So let me make this clear, very clear, so you have an understanding, please. Okay? There is a distinguishment between the Most High Shabbat and what you guys do on this 7th day following after the ordinance of these strange peoples pretending to be Jews. Okay? The Shabbat has been established. I post it every day on my page. I tell you what day it is every day. Maybe you might want to follow me. Put me up first. I don't post no garbage. I ain't sharing nothing. And I ain't tagging nobody in nothing. Right? Don't hit me on the direct messenger and inbox me with nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. I post what day it is. Either you follow it or you don't. I don't care. Because you have a choice. You can listen to what I'm telling you because I've already put it together. Right? Because you're coming out of this captivity. It's going to be a rough one. But you're coming out because the provision for you to remain in captivity has been cut off. So it's going to be rough, but you're coming out. So now I'm going to continue reading because I had to let you know. I post what day it is so you can know when this Shabbat is. You're not without excuse. And I've been posting for at least a good solid month now. All right? Today is the 10th. Today is the 10th day of the 5th month. Just like it says. I don't care. Don't go trying to say, where's the proof? All right? You want proof? Okay, you keep doing it your way. That's the way Israelites like to learn anyway. You do it your way first, and then when some tragedy happens and the things you don't want happen to you, then you learn and say, hey, you know what? Maybe he was right. So go get proof that way. Go do something else. And sanctify my Shabbats, that they might be a sign between my memory and you, to know that I am your Yah, your Allah. But my children rebelled against my member. They did not walk in my statutes and abide by my laws. They did not abide to observe them, which if a man did observe, he would live by them in eternal life. He said it again. He said it, it's right in there. He said it again. My Shabbats they profaned, and I thought I would pour out my wrath upon them and accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. But I withheld my destructive power, and I acted for the sake of my name, that I might not be profaned in the eyes of the nation in whose sight I had brought them out. Also in the wilderness I swore to them by my memory to exile them among the nations and to scatter them among the countries, because they did not observe my laws, and they spurned my statutes and profaned my Shabbats, and their eyes followed after the idol worship of their forefathers. So you want proof, and you sitting there. You sitting there! Seriously, look! You're not here! So also, since they had rebelled against my memory and did not wish to listen to my prophets, I removed them, and I delivered them into the hand of their enemies. They followed their stupid inclinations, and that's literally written here. That's right in here. And they obeyed religious decrees which were not proper, and laws by which they could not survive. That's what you're doing right now. Is it legal? Every day I get the phone call. Is it legal? How are you? Is it legal? Is it legal? Stupid inclinations. And then you go to whatever religious practice you want to go to, and do whatever religion, and you let all the politics and religion take you all kind of ways, and you don't follow the writing in the book. And I defiled them by their gifts, and they're causing every firstborn to pass through the fire, so that I might make them desolate, in order that they should know that I am Yah. Therefore, O son of Adam, prophesy to the house of Israel, and say to them, thus says Yah Allah. In this also your forefathers caused anger before me, in that they were perfidious. You know what that means? It's treacherous. You know, you're snaky. You just snake around. You say, oh, I'm gonna do it the right way, and then turn around and do it the wrong way. Okay, right? With my memory, so you're perfidious with the word of the Most High. You twist it. Told you, you're snaky. You twist the word to make it suit where you are, so you can continue doing what you want to do, and you want it to work for you like witchcraft. It don't work that way. When I brought them into the land I had sworn by my memory to give to them, and they saw every high hill and every tree thick with leaves, and they offered their sacrifices, and they gave their anger-provoking offerings. Anger-provoking offerings. Now, you didn't give the right one, because you gave it with, you did the sin knowing it was sin, and you're going to give it. right? You're going to give it to the idol and to the Most High. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going to play both sides of the coin. Yes, perfidious. And there they set their sacrificial worship, and they poured out their libations, that's drink offerings. Then I said to them, what is this? What is the high place to which you are coming, where you engage in ecstatic practices? So its name is called a high place to this day. That's right, you're out there getting high. Still, you go to church to get high. You go over here to get high. You get high. Everybody want to be high. Smoky, smoky, drinky, drinky. High. Therefore, say to the house of Israel, thus says Yah Allah, will you defile yourselves in the way of your fathers? And will you go astray after their idols? You have a choice to make now. And in offering your gifts, causing your children to pass through the fire, you defile yourselves with all your idol worship to this day. That's right. Abortion and this and that. Right? To this day. And should I respond to you by my memory, O house of Israel? So should the Most High talk to you? As I live, says Yah Allah, I will not respond to you by my memory as to what you are planning and what arises in your mind. Before me it is revealed. Oh, you try to trick him. You try to trick him. Okay, so it's revealed before the Most High as to what you're planning. Okay, let's see what he says your plan is. Because I'm not going to guess. I'm not good at guessing games. That you say, let us be like the nations. Oh, okay, I'll move to Israel if I can have my standard of living that I require, that I saw back where I came from. I want to be like that, but I want to be in charge. I want to be, let the world be as it is now with all the modern amenities, with modern culture, with everything. I just want to be in charge. Like the offspring of the country serving wood and stone. Yeah, you out there, you know wood and stone. You know wood and stone. You know, sticks. Sticks and stones. That's what you got out there. As I live, says Yah, with a mighty hand and a raised up arm, and with outpoured anger will I be king over you. I will bring you out from among the nations, and I will gather you in from the countries which you have been scattered with a mighty hand, and with a raised up arm, and with outpoured anger. And I will bring you in to the wilderness of the nations. Okay, so I hope you're bunker ready. All right? Because you're going into the wilderness. Right where you are. And I will demand an accounting from you there face to face. So the Most High is coming to demand an accounting from you face to face in the wilderness. As I demanded an accounting from your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I demand an accounting from you, says Yah Allah. And I will lay upon you the decree of my justice. Oh yeah, the Most High is going to bring justice. So he's going to lay it upon you individually. I suggest you get you a copy and read the book if you want to know what's coming, because it's coming anyway. And I will bring you into the covenant. You don't like this word, hold on. And I will bring you into the covenantal tradition. Tradition. It's a traditional lifestyle. I will separate you from those who have rebelled against and who have dealt falsely with my member. So he's going to deliver you. So you rebellious ones, you think you're going to do it? This modern society going to continue? No, it's finished. And he's going to deliver the ones who want to get out from the ones who want to stay in. Nobody is picking There's no choice in here. Most High says he's picking by hand. So, good luck. It's up to you. I will bring them out of the land of their sojourn. So he's going to bring you out of the land where you're sojourning, where you're living now. But they shall not enter into the land of Israel. Sorry, it's closed. We closed. And you shall know that I am Yah. As for you, O house of Israel, thus says Yah Allah, every one of you go indulge in your idol worship, but after you have repented. So go, continue. Don't pay me no mind. Just ignore this. All right? Because you don't believe me anyway. So you go. You go and indulge in your idol worship. But after you have repented, will you not choose to listen to my memra and profane my holy name no longer with your gifts and your idols? For on my holy mountain, on the holy mountain of Israel, says Yah Allah, there all the house of Israel, all of them, shall worship before me in the land of the living. And none of you get to the ticket to heaven. Okay? There ain't no chariot coming to pick you up. It's a long travel. You're going to travel far. So that's it. Whoever him put in, he put in. Whoever he don't, he won't. That's it. He's not letting you in with your idols. You're done. And as for the ones who hear, he'll deal with. I promise. For on my holy mountain, on the holy mountain of Israel, says Yah Allah, there all the house of Israel, all of them shall worship before me in the land of their living. Their sacrifices shall be accepted there readily. And there I will require your heave offerings and the first of your kneading troughs. You don't even know what a kneading trough is, but don't worry. It's just bread, but your first bread. And with all your sacred things, your sacrifice as an acceptable offering shall be readily accepted when I bring you out from among the nations and I gather you in from the countries which you have been scattered. So he's going to bring you back. Not all. Some. The ones who's going to follow the rules. If you're not going to follow the rules, I suggest don't even try coming back with your idols and your own ideas. It won't work. And I will bring you into the countries which you have been scattered, and I will be sanctified through you in the eyes of the nation. I will be sanctified through you in the eyes of the nations. Just making sure I'm clear that you heard that part. Most High going to make it very clear. This time he's doing it for all the world to see. He's going to iron Israel smooth out. Because you're out there doing all kind of craziness. Nobody want to follow the rules. Nobody want to read the rules. Everybody want to take a portion that they like and try to run with this and run. No. You're going to get the whole thing this time. And you shall know that I am your Yah, when I bring you into the land of Israel, to the land which I have sworn by my member to give to your fathers. There you shall remember your ways and your deeds, by which you defiled yourselves, and you shall show regret when you recognize all the evils which you have committed. And you shall know that I am your Yah, when I deal with you for the sake of my name, not according to your evil ways and destructive deeds, O house of Israel, says Yah Allah. I'm done.